Hey, Cider Explorers. As the weather starts to chill down, I figure we jump right into our seasonal start this time. So where secrets lie, this is something we shipped out a couple months ago to y'all. It is typically a floral, berried kind of cider that we've made. And in the past we've done raspberry and lime, and then way in the distant past, for those of you who've been with us that long, it used to be just based on just floral things alone, no berries. When we decided to come up with this as a winter seasonal, it had been a fan favorite in all of its iterations, and we couldn't wait to bring it back out. We were about to do it again with the raspberry, this time unfermented, and we were in a sales meeting, and someone said, "Oh, let's do pomegranate," and so I said, "Oh, let's do pomegranate." So we got pomegranate. It's going to be delicious. Let's give it a try. In this one of the main features outside of the pomegranate being unfermented is you have lavender, still hibiscus, and a little bit of lime, again unfermented. So it's coming in about 3 grams of sugar, has a beautiful red hue to it, perfect for the holidays. And then right on the nose, the lavender is the predominant flavor here, and we really wanted to look into botanicals, something we haven't experimented with too much. So the botanical within the pomegranate kind of peeking through, I think is a really cool option for a winter drinker, almost like a gin drink, with a lot of other things going on with it. So the pomegranate is very present in the flavor. It wraps kind of around the whole thing, this bouquet of flavors, if you will. The lavender or hibiscus are right there in the middle, and then the lime provides that nice acidity all the way through. It's extremely nice, crisp. Has some deeper notes to make it really kind of work for the season, but that floral character just is this deep kind of gin cocktail-y thing that I think is really, really cool. So, next up we got our collab with Kushwa, right out of Maryland. Known these guys for a while. They're always kind of doing some fun, interesting stuff. Maryland's my home state, so I thought about time to do a collab with someone out of Maryland. This is Big Pharma, and if you can't see the label, it's pretty spooky. It's a take on Old Gothic with a horse and chicken head attached to the animals, perfect for Halloween. So what is this? This is a wild one. It's a 6-word style, because we get to make up our own styles here, which is awesome. It is a smoked maple peach bourbon smash cider. The smash is a cocktail reference. So let's give this thing a shot. It's got a bunch of different stuff in it, and it was quite a bit of fun to make. We actually, for the smoke portion, we used a smoker, smoked cherry wood on top, used the cherry wood to smoke on top of American oak wood, and got a little bit of char going on there, and then made a wood tea and steeped it and put it in. It provides light accents of smoke, which is always very important to smoke because smoke can so easily be overdone. The other main components, peach up front, and then a little bit of fall spices in the background, along with a lot of those bourbon-esque flavors. So let's give it a sniff. I mean, right off the bat, we obviously made an old-fashioned style cider for the fall seasonal, but this one is like that intensified. You get a lot of bourbon notes up front, you get the peach, you get a hint of smoke, and a little bit of that maple seeping through. So I would say this is like a denser, more peach-forward, fall cocktail-inspired drink. Oh man. And then there's a lot of harmony there. It's a lot going on, but I think we've been able to make it work. You get maple punching through kind of up front, and then all the way through it kind of slides through the whole thing. You get the peach really up front and bold, and then you get the bourbon flavor kind of out as it finishes off, along with that light smoke characteristic at the end. It's really cool. I really dig this. I think both the ciders we did in this box are absolutely fantastic, and were a ton of fun to make. When you work with that many ingredients, it is quite hard to get the balance, but I think it's what makes what we do here really, really fun. Last but not least, in our 5-year anniversary glass, cheers to 5 years. It's been a heck of a ride, and appreciate y'all being here for the journey. We got Jaws of Defeat. A sad farewell to our last Nordic mead. Now, the Nordic mead series is our first year doing it. We've done mead almost every year for the last 3 or 4 years, but the Nordic style was very exciting and fun, using Kvik yeast berries and a blend of foraged-esque ingredients to kind of give you that, well, for those who are familiar, like a Noma kind of raw experience. Somewhere in between a New Age mead meets an Amaro was kind of our concept behind this. And this last one is probably my favorite of the series. It's called Jaws of Defeat, a Nordic raspberry mead, but it doesn't stop there. We use elderflower with this. We use meadowsweet, which is a traditional Nordic ingredient for meads, and a little orris root underneath, a traditional gin cocktail concept, along with the juniper berries. So more like raspberry, again, you know, I keep harping on gin, but like gin inspired kind of thing with floral and like earthy and herbal stuff kind of going on underneath it. Really, really cool. So let's give it a smell. And right on the nose, you're getting this sweet kind of fragrance from the elderflower, which is really cool. The raspberry coming in over top, and then a bunch of other kind of small, like a little bit of juniper peeking through, other kind of things kind of hiding in the background. It kind of makes you, draws you in on like, what does this really taste like? So let's give it a taste. I love this one. It has like 2 acts. So the first act is the raspberry coming through with that elderflower, and then it kind of flips the script halfway through on your palate and goes in a different direction, bringing in the juniper berries and more of those gin and herbal kind of characteristics. A really, really neat one. Honestly, this might be one of my favorite things we've made in the last couple of months while outside of native French vacation, because I love traditional ciders, but just a ton of fun. And, you know, getting me revved up and excited for our next Book of Nomad 3-month series, which will be our wine series. Traditionally, that is my favorite series of all time. We always use local grape skins from Brotherhood Winery, ferment on the skins. The first one is going to be a doozy. Give you a hint on it. It's a Riesling Peach Yuzu cider. It is going to be fantastic. You know, until then, cheers, guys.